Welcome into an episode of Kevin and Zach Reacts live after the Orioles lose to the Yankees 4-1. But frankly, while people care about the final score right now, at the same time, I don't think they do. As in the ninth inning, there were fireworks. I mean, fireworks, right? Heston Kjerstad gets hit in the head by Clay Holmes. Brandon Hyde, after checking on him, throws the helmet. Someone apparently maybe said something to him on the Yankees bench or in the Yankees dugout. He charges at him. Bench is clear. Crazy. We have a lot to talk about. Kieran asking, am I fired up? I'm fired up. We're gonna have, I think, some people come in here. Hopefully, we're gonna have. I think Zach is perusing the streets, and maybe he will come on with Orioles fans to talk about this situation. But we're going to talk about the situation. We're going to talk about the score, talk about what the heck is going wrong with this team. But we'll talk about the storyline, the big one first, which is what happened in the ninth inning. And let me tell you, this team is frustrating the Orioles right now. But one, let's hope Heston is okay, right? Let's hope he's good. I haven't checked if there are any updates on him right now. But Brandon Hyde showing some passion is what everybody wanted to see here, right? There have been Yankees throwing at Orioles, Orioles throwing at Yankees, right? This whole narrative. And Heston gets hit in the head. That's scary any way you think about it, And I see Yankees fans saying, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, it's a big deal. Hitting someone in the head, whether it was intentional or not, and that's a whole different conversation. But whether it is intentional or not, it's a big deal. And with the way this Orioles team is playing, the frustration, you know what? This team needs a spark, and the Yankees might have just given it to them. And if they came out and they put on a clinic tomorrow, I wouldn't be shocked. Now, hopefully they do that. I mean, they have to show up and do it. But this team needed a jolt. Obviously, again, we hope Heston is good. That's the number one thing right now. Hope Heston is okay. But what I'm talking about is if someone was saying something to Brandon Hyde in that moment and Brandon Hyde charged them and had that passion, man, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. And, beyond Baltimore sports, I'm glad Hyde stood up for Heston too. This goes back to the series, the previous one with the Yankees, and how, the Yankees fans complaining about the Orioles hitting the Yankees. Well, now Yankees fans thinks it's not a big deal now. And now guys get hit in the head and it's not a big deal. It's revisionist history is what that is. So don't give me any of that. Let's bring on the other man of the hour here. This is Kevin and Zach Reacts for a reason. There wouldn't be a Zach without Zach Bollinger. Zach, frustrating game all around, but obviously the big storyline is what happened in that ninth inning. What do you got for me?
All right, if you have kids around, if you are no cursing, I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to get off because it's about to get bad. So you got 5 seconds, and I'll give my opinion.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you got?
Glad you asked, Kevin. If that does not fire up the fucking Baltimore Orioles, then I don't know what the literal fuck will. Heston Kjerstad just got hit in the fucking head. You want to go fucking prove a point? Go win the fucking series. Okay. Now we're calm. That is a point where you draw the line, Kevin. There is a point where you draw the line when you hit someone in the effing head. It doesn't matter if it's, you hit our player in the hand the other day. Aaron Boone, I don't care. You're going to get fired after this season. You're not good at your job. Calm down. Listen, Kevin, listen. The Yankees are insecure. They know they are not good at baseball. They know they are hanging on by a thread. And how did they respond? They hit Heston Kjerstad in the head with the joke of an all-star, Clay Holmes. Dude, if you thought your all-star appearance was a bigger joke, check your ERA. It is a bigger joke than you as a human are. Clay Holmes, you are a absolute joke. Hitting Heston Kjerstad in the head is the biggest little man syndrome you've ever given. And trust me, you've given a lot of it with the home runs and big situations you've given off. Clay Holmes, I'm sorry, you're a loser. Aaron Boone, you're a bona fide loser. But now let's talk about the game, Kevin. I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my dramatics. Let's talk about the
God,
game. Because let's just
someone,
be real. The Orioles didn't do enough to win. The Orioles, once again, with runners in scoring position, could not get the job done, and it's not going to win you ball games. I don't care how Cade Povich pitches. I don't care how Corbin Burns pitches. I don't care how Grayson Rodriguez pitches. I don't care how Albert Suarez pitches. If you score one run over the course of 3 games, you are not winning ball games, Kevin, and that's the biggest issue with the Baltimore Orioles.
yeah, fire me up, man. Let's go. Let's go. I'm with you, man.
Kevin, there's stuff that gets under my skin, and I don't like to get emotional and irrational on this podcast. But when you hit a guy in the mother effing head, there is a line we draw.
And again, it's, you know, in general, look, we're complaining. We're seeing the Yankees fans complain about, oh, these guys are getting hit in the hand, like you said, and everybody's making a big deal about Aaron Judge. And, oh, it's such a big deal. You could have really hurt our player, this, that, and the other. And now you have Yankees fans after someone gets hit in the head saying, oh, what are you talking about?
How about Tommy Smokes, the guy from Barstool who faked a bar fight to make himself look big, the biggest you-know-what in the universe? Dude, if you got seen in Baltimore, you would probably not be here anymore. Yankee fans need a humble pie, dude, because you guys are not those MFers. You're not those MFers. You're not the big bag Yankees. No one's scared of you, but you do little brother syndrome crap like hit guys in the head because you're afraid of the Orioles. No one cares. Yeah, and I'm seeing, what's his name? Someone in the chat. Hold up. Pickle the homie. Let's go Yankees. No one cares, brother. You're a fan of a pathetic franchise. You probably are a pathetic human. Go on with your night, dude. Skedaddle. Don't let the door hit you where Mother Nature split you.
Yeah. So look, we don't do spam Pickle comments in here.
Pickle the homie. I got no problem with you either, but I got problem with yo Yankees. I got problem with yo Yankees. Hitting mofos in the head. That's where we got an issue.
Yeah, look, we don't care if Yankees fans join or not. Obviously, like, you can, but you can't spam the same comment over and over again. That just, it messes up the chat. So we don't tolerate that. But if you're a Yankees fan, fine, welcome into the show. But we're not gonna coddle you here and say that Clay Holmes did nothing, because that's not true. It's not true. A guy get hit in the head, but when a guy gets hit in the hand, it's at the end of the world, right? Oh, Aaron Judge could have gotten hurt.
God forbid someone gets hit in the hand. God forbid someone gets hit in the hand, but if someone gets hit in the head, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Why would the Orioles be mad at us? I thought you were from the Bronx. I thought you guys were supposed to be tough. You guys are the biggest babies in the world. The Yankees fans of today would be spit on by the Yankees fans of yesterday because they're so disgusted with what they find is okay. The Yankees fans of yesterday would see the streak the Yankees are on and be disgusted. Today's fans are like, go Yankees. We hit a guy in the head in our first win in however long. It's pathetic, Kevin. It's pathetic.
And look, you know, I'm going to predict the future here. You ready for this? If the Orioles retaliate and someone gets hit on the Yankees fans will be like, oh my God. Oh, this is so terrible.
Hit him.
But I'm saying if that happens, it will be, oh, well, now it's not okay because the Yankees player gets hit. But when it's an Orioles player getting hit in the head, which is the worst place to get hit somebody, if you didn't know that, by the way, that's okay. That's okay. But hitting someone in the hand, hitting Yankees players is the 8th sin of the world, apparently. So
Listen, the Yankees have hit the most batters in baseball. The Orioles have hit a bottom 5 in baseball amount of batters. If you want to say the Orioles have hit a lot of guys in the hand, we have. It's been wild. I'm not going to lie. But as soon as you hit someone in the head, it changes it. This is no longer, oh, you intentionally hit someone. You hit a guy in the head. This is career changing. We saw your boy Giancarlo Stanton when he was in Miami get hit in the face and it changed his career. It changed his career. This ain't shit to joke about, Kevin. This is a guy that got hit in the head with 95 plus.
Yeah, which is brutal. I don't know if there's been an update yet on Heston, but hitting someone in the head, intentional or not, is a big deal. You can't blow over it. You can't blow over it. And that's what seemingly every single Yankees, well, maybe not every single one, but most Yankees fans are doing right now. And now Heston Kjerstad, hopefully he's good, but if he's concussed, that's an IL stint, essentially to their best hitter right now, who he is playing like their best hitter at this point. So but this isn't even about the baseball aspect of it, Zach. It's about when you hit someone in the head, you expect to get a response. I mean, what else are we doing here? I don't know.
Listen, all right. And I sent that tweet out about Brandon Hyde earlier about showing emotion. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. If the Baltimore Orioles needed anything, it was Brandon Hyde, it was Cedric Mullins, it was Austin Hayes, it was Anthony Santander. If you look at the front, who were the guys that had Hyde's back? It was the same mofos that have been here since day one with Hyde.
3 guys. I counted 3.
It was Mullins, it was Santander, it was Hayes. Every single one of them went to bat for Hyde.
I'll give more.
Warrior.
I'll give more. Or O'Hearn. O'Hearn went to bat, and Freddie Gonzalez went crazy. Freddie Gonzalez went crazy.
And this is what I want people to understand about Freddie Gonzalez. Freddie Gonzalez is not a lame bench coach. You know, when I say lame bench coach, I mean a bench coach who doesn't have decisions in the organization, who doesn't make big moves. Freddie Gonzalez is there because he has managed multiple great teams. He's there to help Hyder. When you see Freddie Gonzalez that upset, that fired up, it means something went down that shouldn't have went down, and that gets me fired up. And I'll tell you, Kevin, that gets the damn Orioles fired up. This is a team that if they don't come out tomorrow and lay a 10 spot on this pathetic joke that is Luis Gil, like, come on, brother. You're a rookie who we've already exposed. If they don't lay a 10 spot on him, there's something wrong. This team needs to show up with a purpose tomorrow. This is the perfect spot. I talked about it before. You needed Hyde. You needed someone to go out there and lay a spark in this team that seemed to, for some reason, autopilot into the break. You needed a spark, and I think this gives them the opportunity.
Yeah, and you know what? Blue, exactly right. You hit my teammate in the head. I don't care if it was intentional or not. A get back is a must.
Yes.
But you know what? The best way to get back is you win the series. You win the next 2 games.
I do want to make that. I do want to make that clear. Get back is not hitting one of them in the head because you don't want to do that. That is not something to be joked with. And that's why we're so upset, because you don't hit one of them in the head. That's not a way to get at this. You know how you win this little argument, you go win the next 2. You want to go do exactly what you did in the Bronx. Go win the next 2.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And you know what? We can sit here and talk about how, should Hyde have gotten a little more passionate on some of these missed calls because the umpires are another whole conversation that we can have in this game. And people wanted to see Hyde show a little more passion. This team has just looked lifeless over this losing streak, Zach. They've looked lifeless, like nothing is going on, just la-di-da-di-da. This is what fans want to see. When something like this happens, I mean, of course, you want to see it a little earlier, but look, when the moment was there, when there needed to be a response, when your guy gets hit in the head, this is the passion that you need to show. And I think it could be a jolt, it could be a wake-up call, but you have to go out there and do it. Go out there, whether it's a do it for Heston type of thing, do it for yourself type of thing, just go out there with passion and don't look lifeless. That's what I want to see from this team.
Yeah, and people might think I'm coming in here hot, and trust me, I am. But I would have come in here so much more pissed off if the Orioles did not get into that fight. If they did not clear the benches there, that was the best thing to happen to the Orioles in the last 2 weeks. This team, for the first time, and it feels like the last 2 weeks, showed some fight of you're not going to do that to us. For the first time, and I don't care if you want to take it all the way back, Kevin, all the way back to the Yankees series. This team said you're not doing that to us. And you know how you responded is exactly what we just said, Kevin. You don't hit anybody. You don't do what the Yankees do and just intentionally hit Gunnar, which led to the winning run that decided that game. You know who does that? Losers like the Yankees. You know how you beat them? You go take the next two. You go up 4 games or 3 games in the division going into the All-Star break, and you take care of business from there. I don't want to see any of this crap of the Orioles hitting guys. I don't want to see any of this crap of them intentionally throwing at guys. Go win the damn game.
That is your get back. That is your get back.
Yes.
You know why we're so passionate about not hitting guys in the head? Because no one should hit guys in the head. We're not saying the Orioles should hit a guy in the head. That is literally the opposite of what we're saying. That's why we're passionate about it. Intentional or not, though, that does deserve whatever it may be. Go get the win.
If your guy gets hit in the head and you don't clear the benches, there would be different issues. Then that's an internal issue. This was the first fight I've seen from Hyde, the first fight I've seen from this Orioles team in 5 games. In 6 games.
Yes.
This is what we wanted to see, Kevin. We wanted to see some sort of moment that made this team say enough is enough. We're tired of being walked over. We're tired of no longer producing. Like, this was the moment where the Orioles looked the Yankees in the eyes. We already did it the last series when they tried to pull their BS. Go out there and win the damn series. I don't care about taking one of the next 2. Win the damn series and make a statement.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, to me, this whole situation, if we go back to the other Yankees series, I can't get over the fact that, were the Orioles hitting the Yankees players on purpose? Was Aaron Judge hit on purpose? What was the response from Yankees fans? It was, oh, this is the jail, worst thing in the world. This is an atrocity. And then
Yankee fans are celebrating this, by the way,
which again is to the point.
Shows the insecurity of them.
Okay, well then, hand or head. Obviously, head is the much bigger issue and the much more dangerous play. Whether it was intentional or not from Clay Holmes, well, the Orioles, they can't do it intentionally. They can't do it unintentionally. It's all about the Yankees do it and it's fine. The Orioles do it and it's not. And that's not what it is. That's not what it is. Well, is there a comment you want me to pull up?
Well, I thought it gave me the option. Then if you could hold up, Slick J Footlong, where he says Zach needs to give the locker room pep talk. Thank you. I agree. Thank you. I agree. I think I could fire the boys up right now.
You know what? If anybody can get Zach's initial rant that he did, put some motivational music behind that and post it before the game tomorrow, even post it tonight or something, that could get the fan base. That could get the fan base.
If you're not going to show up now, then when? Kevin, one of your young stars, the young guys that we've been talking about, the future of the team, one of the untouchables, just got hit in the head of what appears to be useless game. You're down 4-1. There's no reason to continue playing the game. At that point, you play the 9th, you see what happens, gets hit in the head. If there's not a reason to get fired up about that, if this is not the reason, then I'm sorry you don't belong in this game. You don't belong. If this can't fire you up, then you don't belong in this sport, because this is the shit, Kevin. This is the shit that needs to get Hyde. It needs to get Gunnar. We're talking about all the other guys. This needs to get Gunnar. This needs to get Adley. You won't be the all-star. You'll be the MVP of this damn league. Go win this fucking series. Go win this series. Do something. Because the past few games, no one's done anything. You want to go. Gunnar was in here up at bat with plenty of chances to tie this game, and he didn't. You want to go prove you're the MVP of the league? Go win this damn series. Adley, you want to prove you're the best catcher in the league? Go win this damn series. Hyde, you want to prove you're the manager of the year like you won last year? Go win this damn series. You take 2 against the Yankees, that sends a message. You lay down and lose the next 2 and go into the All-Star break down 1, that sends the exact same message, but the other way, that we're going to lay down.
Yeah. And you know what? Brandon Hyde he actually did this about 30 minutes.
Can you pull up just a bit outside? Will you protect this house? I will. Because that's how I feel right now. Thank you.
Yeah, let's get you in a commercial, man. Let's get you in a commercial.
I just get fired up about this stuff, man.
Hey, man, everybody is. Everybody is.
I'm not gonna lie. I am literally, it's raining out here. It is raining. I'm in the rain. I don't care. I don't even feel it because I'm so fired up and ready. Throw the first pitch of tomorrow now. Put Grayson on that mound. Let's go play this game right now because that's how fired up I am.
Yeah. And so Brandon Hyde talked about what happened in the ninth. He said it's an emotional time at that time. I got my guy who just got hit right in the ear. I'm upset, and then I see their dugout. They're waving at me and yelling at me, so I just didn't appreciate it at that time.
Good.
And he also talked about, whether that whole thing could ignite the team. He said, I don't know, that wasn't the intention. We've run into a little bit of a skid right now. We're kind of running through some tough times offensively. Hopefully we can take some better at-bats tomorrow. I like the first quote better. But to me,
who was waving at him? Jahmai Jones, who got cut by the Orioles and the Angels.
I don't. Do we know who it was?
Ryan says Jahmai Jones is a great guy. Jahmai, you're not good at baseball. You're not a major league talent. You are you were benched for a reason, my guy. If you were one of the guys waving, I don't care. Rip says you're a good guy. Who cares? You're not good at your job. You're on a pathetic team about to blow this thing. We have so many Yankees players in the dugout doing shit for a team that isn't playing just as bad. If this team doesn't get fired the F up over this shit, then I don't know what will, Kevin. I'm sitting out here fired up.
Yeah, man. And Austin Hayes talked about it.
I'm seeing Nestor Cortez was waving. Nestor, you were cut from the 2018 Orioles.
Was it all these people getting cut? All these Orioles, cast-offs?
Because they're upset that they're not good at baseball, Kevin. They're upset that they were cut from the worst team in baseball history because guess what? They're not good at baseball. You're not a major league pitcher. You're not a major league batter, Jahmai. Jahmai, you're not good at the game.
I don't know. I don't know who it was. Is there a confirmation that it was Cortez?
I'm just seeing Jahmai and Cortez. And
yeah, I don't know who it was. If it was those two guys, I mean,
it's classic. It's two guys that got cut from the Orioles. Why wouldn't you be upset? But you have to set the record straight.
Yeah, and that's just so dumb, man. It's not the time to do it. Let's have some class, man. Come on,
Kevin. I'm fired up right now.
I'm trying to find more quotes. Austin Hayes. I thought Austin had a quote.
Didn't Austin say something about it's not the end of the world?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You never want to see somebody get hit. You got to look out for your team, and you got to look out for your players. I think that's what you were seeing. It's just part of the game. I mean,
you're also just part of the game, Austin. Winning games. Now go do it.
Yeah. Go win a game, man. I mean, if they win the game tomorrow, man, that's going to be an all-time stream for us.
I'm seeing Cortez was the guy mainly on camera. Cortez is it, that almost gets me more fired up because you were cut from the Orioles because you gave up 2 grand slams. Dude, you were not good. He said it was the lowest point of his life. Maybe this is, brother. I mean, maybe you should try to pitch better.
Yeah, Nestor Cortez, who had a 7.71 ERA in 4.2 innings pitched for the Orioles before being DFA'd from the 2018 Baltimore Orioles. Not 2023, 2018 Baltimore Orioles.
Didn't that team lose 100 games? I'm sure Nestor Cortez helped us win a bunch of them in those 4-point-whatever innings pitched that he pitched so well in. That stud. Who didn't definitely have a one-year wonder with the Yankees.
Yeah. Just unreal.
Listen, Kevin, the Orioles got their ass beat tonight just like they got their ass beat the day before, just like they got their ass beat the day before, just like they got their ass beat the day before. If you want to look at someone to blame for the past 4 games, you know who it is? It's in the mirror. It's the Baltimore Orioles. They once again couldn't hit with runners in scoring position. And not only that, it was their stars couldn't hit with runners in scoring position. Gunnar Henderson up, man on third, can't get him in. We have Adley Rutschman up, man on base, can't get him in. It seems like it doesn't matter who the man at the plate is. Respect Ramon Arias getting the job done. Picking on Juan Soto's just pathetic excuse for outfielding that he's had his whole career. It's just It's bad baseball right now. Everyone wants to be a hero, and no one wants to hit the opposite field single to get the guy in. And if you want to talk about the downfall of the 2024 Orioles, it's going to be exactly that. It's the inability to get the guy in, like we have preached from the beginning, Kevin. You need to get the guy in from second or third with less than 2 outs, and they couldn't do it once again.
Yep. Look, we can talk about the Yankees all we want to, but this team is playing terrible baseball right now, and it is nobody's fault but theirs. And actually, you know what we should do? Let's get to the super chats. First of all, Cube, appreciate you for the 5 memberships. All right, yeah, Zach's gonna do his thing. All right, I'll run him through it, man. Victoria became a member again. Shout out to you, Victoria. Cube, member for 3 months, said, "Let's go, Zach." Mike, shout out to you for the $2, saying, "I need our players to show more fight." Again, the ones that we listed off, it was Hayes, Santander, Mullins, O'Hearn.
No, and Kevin, I'm not even going to give the frontline guys credit. Every Oriole, and it was the whole team, everyone that ran out there to go step in front of the Yankees, they deserve credit, and that's the whole team. That's what needs to fire you up. But I will give credit tomorrow after they win the game, because this is something that needs to fire them up. Continue.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody loves Pickle. Bados fan, appreciate you. Just a bit outside. People also love the Yankees. Look at that. Shout out to you, member for 2 months. British Raven with the biggest insult of them all, saying, "I hope the Yankees get bad hotel rooms for the night." Member for 1 month. So shout out to you. Biohack. Thank you, Biohack, for becoming a member. Welcome in. And then Jamil saying, "Silent J, it's a grand slam tomorrow." I wish, but I don't know if he's going to be in that lineup tomorrow.
He will be. If he's able to go, I would put him in that lineup a million.
We'll see. He might be able to, and if he is, man, what a story that would be. What else do you want to? You want to talk about the game in general? You want to keep talking about?
I want to talk about something. James B. I know people are coming at you in the chat saying you're pissing them off. You're mad at the team. I get it. Dude, it is a long season. I'm pissed off at this team too, dude. I'm not going to sit here and say it's all sunshine and roses. The past 4 games, the past 2 weeks have sucked, dude. Sucked. But this team's going to be okay. Do they have to make moves? Yeah. But this is not a bad team. This is not a bad team as much as I want to get on them. I want to say they're bad right now because they are bad right now. This is not a bad team. Do they need moves? 100%. Me and Kevin have said that over the past month. Moves have to be made. But if you think this is a bad team, I don't know what to tell you. This is a damn good team that's going through a really bad stretch.
Yeah. And it is, look, we can acknowledge right now the Orioles are playing bad baseball.
Really bad baseball.
The way that they're playing right now, I don't even know if they win a playoff game. In fact, let me tell you, they wouldn't win a playoff game with the way that they...
1 run in the past 3 games, you're not winning any playoff.
What is it? 1 run in the last 32 innings, 33 innings?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? And again, this is what we say. This is what we've been saying. The Orioles offense is too good to do this. They're too good. What are you pointing at?
I was about to touch a wire that was hanging off.
Yeah, let's not.
It was a joke, Kevin. I was going to make a joke, but then I started pointing. I was like, I don't want to get too close to that.
Yeah.
Just kind of hanging in the alley.
Oh, it's a loose one. Oh, man.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I didn't want to get too close because even like getting within a few feet, I was like, I don't want to test this. I don't think it's live. I think it's the outside coating that was cut off of a wire, but not really trying to test it, you know?
Well, yeah. Wouldn't look, we talk about anything within the reason for content. That is not within reason for content. Wouldn't do that. Kate Povich
pitched well enough.
Yep. Walks are an issue. Walks were an issue.
Without
and still
a doubt.
continue to be an issue. But
yeah, if Kate Povich ever figures out his walks, he's gonna be a stud.
But listen, you give up 3 runs. the Orioles offense needs to win those games. They're too good not to. And it's ridiculous because these are games, divisional. We talk about this all the time, every single sport. These games in July, when you talk about September and how close this AL East race is right now, these games matter. It's, you know, you can say, oh, it's a game in June, a game in July, who cares? It's one thing to lose to the Cubs. That's an out-of-conference game. The Orioles aren't competing for the NL Central title. They would lose it if they were, by the way. But these divisional games, they mean something. They mean something, especially in the All-Star break or going into it. So, you know what? The walks need to improve, but if you give up 3 runs, the way this Orioles offense is built, they should be able to win those games. The way this Orioles offense is playing, I'm shocked when they scored 1 run tonight. And it was about the man we've been talking about, Ramon Urias. We're saying, oh, time for Kobe, DFA Urias. It's time. Well, guess what? Without him, they don't score a run tonight. So, just
dude,
crazy.
I'm so happy for Ramon. And I mean this in no disrespect to him. I hope that's his send-off. I don't know what this team does because the offense needs a spark. I don't know if it's Norby. I don't know. Do you take Norby up and send down Cowser? Do you take Mayo up and send down Urias? I don't know what it needs to be, but I'm telling you right now, it needs to be something. Something needs to happen for this team to get a spark. And I don't think it happens before the All-Star break, unfortunately. I think they play it out with these guys. I don't see them with 2 games before the break happening to make a move. But team's not playing good ball. And I don't – can you even – and this is my issue. Can you, Kevin, even point at a single player on this team over the past 5-6 games that you can go – at least he's playing well?
No. Oh. No. I'm thinking. I mean, Heston. Right? That's the only one.
Well,
if you're talking about appearances, if you want me to give you a guy that said, okay, over these 5 or 6 games, this guy is consistently hitting, it's Heston.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Oh man, Julie, this made me. That's funny. Your camera's out. I know you know that, but your camera's out, and Julie said Zach touched the wire. That's why he's out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm responding to people on Twitter. That's on me.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, teams go through slumps, but this is so much worse than their other losing streak, even though it's kind of the same stuff, because again, they've just looked lifeless. I know that they care, but it just, you know, you have guys going through, like Adley again, 0 for 3. He did get on tonight, so I mean, credit's better than last night. I mean, Gunnar went 1 for 4, better than last night, but it's like
an infield hit from Gunnar does nothing for me.
I mean, I'm giving him credit because he got on base, but at the end of the day, like, yes, that does not move a needle.
Hit it out of the infield. Get on base another way.
Yeah, here's the thing. I mean,
stop looking at strike 3, Gunnar. You want to get better? Stop looking at strike 3 and looking to walk. That's my biggest issue with Gunnar Henderson right now.
And we know Gunnar's a heck of a player. He's incredible. He's in the MVP conversation and could damn well win the award. But even stars have these moments. It's just coming at the worst time, man. It's just coming at the worst time. And you tweeted again. You've been on your Twitter game, man. I got to give you credit. You missed those Orioles. They had 23 games with a homer consecutively.
21 straight games. 21 straight games with a homer.
We're saying they can't hit with runners in scoring position. They can only hit home runs. Now they can't even hit home runs. It's like it's the offense. Their power was sapped, and then it just the only thing they did. Now they can't do that, and it's like, what do we do? Look, at the end of the day, the season is not over, and I'm not hitting the absolute panic button. Season is over button. We're not doing that. But I think after the trade deadline, we're going to have a hard sit down on the Ryan Ripken show, on Kevin and Zach Reacts. We're going to look at the roster, look at their performance over these next 2 weeks, and we're going to say, what is this team really made of? it's a big, whether you want to call it the come to Jesus meetings, come to Jesus moments, whatever it may be, players only, whatever it is, whatever they try to do to get a spark. We're going to see what this team looks like after the trade deadline, see what Mike Elias and company does to address positional needs. But we're talking about the offense, and we've said this, Zach. I'm not seeing offensive help walk through that door from outside the organization. It's going to be Kobe Mayo. It's going to be Connor Norby. It's going to be in-house guys. You have what you have on offense. You have to make it work. And for people who are saying, yes, this Orioles window of everything goes right, it should be really long. Yes, that's correct. But that doesn't mean they can't win right now. That doesn't mean they're not good enough to win right now. Doesn't mean they shouldn't be looking to improve the team right now. But on offense, it has to be guys like Gunnar and Adley getting their groove back. It has to be guys like Heston continuing to play the way he has. Mountie, O'Hearn, Santander, getting contributions from the guys they call up like Kobe, Norby. Maybe Jackson comes back up. We don't know. But the pitching staff we know will hopefully get some outside guys, some outside help. On this offense, outside of Arias, who's the send-down candidate? You mentioned Kalzer, Zach. Okay, outside of Kalzer, is it Mateo? Is it Hayes? Like, they don't have enough roster spots unless they want to move off of guys. The offseason is a different conversation.
People might be surprised, Kevin, at the number of major league players moved at the deadline, and that's all I'm going to say. I do not think guys like Hayes, Santander, Mullins are untouchable. I think
agree.
if they can get guys and include them in packages, it will happen. Because it not only would get you good players back, it would free up positions. We've talked about Arias. We've talked about Mateo being included in these packages. Is it time to start saying if Austin Hayes is included in a package that would surprise? It wouldn't surprise me at all. If Anthony Santander is included in a package on his last year, would surprise me not at all. Mike Elias is playing with so many pieces that he needs to think future and now. And I think if it comes to it where he thinks these guys in the minors can produce, he's not going to be afraid to let go of the Hayeses of the world.
Yeah. And again, we talk about loyalty. Loyalty is important in sports. Blind loyalty is not. Right? Sometimes teams can be a little over loyal to guys. We respect every single player that was on those, right now, those terrible Orioles teams in 2018, whatever you want to say. Those guys put up through those years, and they were key building blocks on establishing who this team is today and how they've gotten to where they are. But does that mean that they are safe for the next 5 years on this roster? That's not how it works, right? For example, when Trey ended up leaving and when that whole situation went down, everybody was so upset because it was, Trey was one of the heartbeats of the team, which he absolutely was 100%. And that situation is its own thing. Like, obviously there were circumstances and everything that went into that. But the notion I'm trying to get at is with these guys who went through those years, at some point, does this guy make sense on the roster or not? Yeah. And despite how good they were and what they contributed, when the fit is not there anymore, the fit is not there anymore. And it absolutely sucks, but I'm going to say it. This is a business. The players know it. The coaches know it. The executives know it. And while we love these guys, while fans love these guys, sometimes you just have to move on and some of these things come to an end. So to me, I think that we could see vets get traded, but it's going to depend on one, who is out there, and two, what else goes on and how loyal they want to be. Because in the offseason, I'm not expecting all three of Santander, Hayes, and Mullins to be back. I'm expecting them to go a little bit of a youth movement. And a lot of these vets, I think we see either traded away or they just let them leave. Mm-hmm. So do you feel good enough in your vets that if we're talking about this season, do you think that they can help you win a World Series or not? Because if not, and a team wants them in a trade and you can get better, whether it is offensively or the pitching staff, you go out there and you make the move, despite how sucky it would be from, a loyalty perspective and how much they've given to the city. Because we back the players, right? We support the players here on the Ryan Rickman Show, of course, but the team also has to be in the best spot it can be, and that is why it's such a delicate balance for Mike Elias to manage both the present and the future, because you can't go all in on one or the other without sacrificing one or the other, and that's where it comes to the Orioles having this great farm system. If you think half of the season of Cedric Mullins or Austin Hayes or Tony or whoever can help you win a World Series, then that's fine. But if not, then you have to evaluate and we'll see what they do. So,
Kevin, I have a quick question. Would you be shocked if Ryan Mountcastle was traded this deadline?
This deadline, yes. In the offseason, I guess what you're getting at is they're going to have to decide how they want to use Mountie, O'Hearn, and Mayo.
Yeah, and I don't know if right now, if they don't trust Mayo at third and they feel like they need to bring his bat up, if you can get that, because Mountcastle is a young, controllable power bat. If you can get a young, controllable starting pitcher reliever for him, who's good, who's been performing this year, are you declining that?
I mean, it depends what's out there, but I'd be pretty shocked if they traded him at the deadline. I think in the offseason, like, we can revisit that. And yeah, I think, Casey saying offseason, Kieran saying not so much in the offseason, but now. I mean, I hear what you're saying, because what do we say all the time? There are only so many spots on the diamond, and you're going to have to figure out how you want to use these guys. And if they don't trust Mayo over at third, and obviously O'Hearn, that option should be picked up right now. But when that happens, it's three guys playing for two or maybe even one spot.
Yeah.
And that's decision time, where again, you can't keep everybody. You can't do it. Mounty's a heck of a player. I love Mounty. I think he's a really big part of this team. But if Mayo comes up and mashes, and we know what O'Hearn can do, if you include Mounty in a deal that can get you back a high-level pitcher or a high-level position player to a position of need, I mean, I think out of all the shocking trade candidates, he's the most realistic to be moved. I think that's what I'll say about that.
Can you put Biohack Lab about Seattle because you use Bounty on the screen?
Cube, you said?
No, Biohack Lab.
Yes.
You like 5 up, 5, 6 up.
5 or 6 up?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like maybe 7. Okay, maybe 10 now.
Oh, Seattle, you're saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a trade between two contenders happened where Seattle needs offense desperately and the Orioles need pitching desperately. This is a situation I would also not be surprised at, like a Nationals who need controllable bats offensively. Like, would it surprise me if Mountcastle is traded? Yeah, a little bit. But would it shock me? Would it make me say, oh my God, what is this team doing? No. I genuinely feel like this team has the bats in-house. They have the talent in-house. It's finding out what is that perfect merge between, and I was talking about tonight, the 2023 Orioles offense and the 2024 Orioles offense are polar opposites. One hit insane with runners in scoring position, number 1 in the league. They got guys on. They got them over. They got them in. The other is dead last in getting guys on, getting guys over, getting guys in. So you know what you do? If you can find the middle part of that, you win the World Series, Kevin. If you can somehow find the in-between of getting guys on and hitting bombs, you win the World Series. This team has the talent to win the World Series. It's making the right moves to go out there and find that middle ground of where are we hitting the home runs, but also getting guys on base. And that's why I've said over and over, I would not be shocked if Jackson Holliday finds his way back on this team with his ability to, whether people like it or not after his first stint with the Orioles, he is an on-base machine. He will draw walks. We saw him get screwed over by umpires, Kevin. How many times did we talk about that? Jackson Holiday, it felt like, was starting out 0-1 on pitches that were 1-0. That's why I don't feel like it's out of the realm to see Jackson Holiday back up here, because this team needs to find a center point of hitting home runs and getting on base.
Yeah, and so let me ask you this. Will put this in the chat. Mountie would be like a deal, and the Blue Jays are talking about it would be Vlad and one of our top prospects for Vlad Jr. Do you think any team says no to that?
To what?
Mountie and one of the Orioles' top guys for Vlad?
I would not give up anything for Vlad.
All right, let me ask you who you would give up. Like, if you had to give up a guy, what is the highest you're going?
For Vlad?
Yeah.
No one. I don't want Vladdy. Vladdy helps us in no aspect. We have another first baseman who underperforms, does nothing in the clutch, lives off of 2020. Like, he put up career numbers in a minor league park when they were banned from playing in Toronto because of COVID. Congratulations. He hasn't been anything since then. He had one great year, and he's been underperforming since. I'm not paying any top prospects for Vladdy. I don't want Vladdy anywhere near this team.
Yep. I'm missing Nuggets Summer League for this, by the way, which I needed to because I needed to come on here and rant with you. But, man.
Yeah, Biohack Lab says it perfectly. Orioles are young, athletic, and hungry, and Vlad is the opposite. Vlad is a liability in the field. He doesn't do much offensively when he's not hot. He would just be trading top prospects for the same problem we have.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating because we're talking about pitching being this huge issue for them, which it is. But it's the offense that just it's been on the offense here. Like, it's on the offense most of these games right now. Right now, I mean, you can't expect your pitcher to go out there, give up 3 runs, 4 total, and then your offense scores 1. This offense is too good for that. So the Orioles have a lot of problems in terms of what they need to fix right now. But they need the All-Star break so badly. But here's the thing. You have 2 more games left against the Yankees. You need to win those games. The All-Star break is not now. For the Orioles, it looks like for them, the All-Star break started in Chicago.
I think the Orioles haven't played baseball game in 4 games now, because I can tell you what, that pathetic joke of a team that I saw play out there is not the 2024 Baltimore Orioles.
And I put up or I didn't put up, but Andy Koska had a great stat here. Well, not great in terms of what it is, but him putting it up here was great. And getting honked at?
What was that?
Are you getting honked at?
No, I don't know. Someone just honked.
Wow. This month, the Orioles are
afraid of the truth, Kevin. They're probably afraid of the truth.
They're trying to silence you.
Yeah. They probably didn't like what I was saying about the Orioles being pathetic the past 4 games, but it's nothing but facts. They've been a pathetic, horrible, sad excuse for a Major League Baseball team that honestly doesn't even deserve to play tomorrow. But we have to play anyway. And you know what they have? An opportunity to go win the damn game, Kevin. And if they don't, more questions are gonna follow them.
Ooh, I think you might be even more passionate about that than tonight. Which
if they lose tomorrow, words will come out. I mean, we will if they once again produce runners in scoring position at a historically low rate, a historically pathetic, just inexcusable rate for a top team who wants to call themselves a top team. And that's on them. I mean, they have the decision. You want to show up or you don't, because we don't have to win the AL East if you guys don't want to. We don't have to win the AL East if they decide that they're cool with just playing on vibes. But if they want to actually win some damn games, win the AL East, go win something important like the World Series, they're going to have to clean this shit up.
Yeah, and I think we talked a lot about them being, this super young team, and they're learning. No, that was last year.
That was last year.
No
excuses this year. Go win the damn series.
Last year they were a young team. Last year we could talk about this and say, you know what, this is their first time going through something like this, and they just got to get it right. We're done with that. We're done with that. That was last year. We're done with excuses. Go win the games. Show us, show Orioles fans, show everybody that you can respond. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. Okay, Kevin, I'm not going to lie. My phone's on 2%, so I don't know how much longer I have.
Wow, you're going to dip on everybody?
Yeah, I am. Just like the Orioles offense has completely dipped on the pitching, just like the Orioles offense has completely dipped on every single fan, just like the Orioles offense has dipped in front of every opportunity with runners in scoring position. Kevin, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to disappear like the Orioles offense with men in scoring position, with the Orioles offense with an opportunity to win games, because that's what the Orioles offense has done the past 2 weeks. They've disappeared.
Yeah,
and this isn't a trend, Kevin. This is fact. The Orioles offense has done nothing but disappoint over the past week. And if they want an opportunity to right it, they want an opportunity to get the momentum back, they want an opportunity to go into the All-Star break with some momentum. I'm going to steal Aaron Boone's line, Kevin. Do you know what it is? It's right in front of you. Go win the damn series.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? Let's get into these first before I give my thoughts. Laura, appreciate you for the super sticker. Cube with the 5 extra gifted memberships. Mike, $2. Thank you. Saying Burt Smith, MVP man. What?
Yo, Burt Smith. Wait, hold up. Before I leave, before you go another, Burt Smith, that guy. Are we considering that guy, Kevin?
Is he the solution we've been looking for this whole time?
Is Burt Smith? Is Burt Smith the new Jacob Webb? Is he about to come in here out of nowhere like Jacob Webb did last year and become our most reliable reliever? Because his ground ball rate, let's do a quick stat check on Burt Smith. His ground ball rate is through the roof. He is a ground ball pitcher. And what has this Orioles bullpen been missing? A ground ball pitcher. I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low on him. But right now, it's kind of nice to see a ground ball pitcher in the Orioles bullpen.
Yeah, for sure. And then Cube with 5 more. Shout out to you again, Cube. And then Zach, you might have to run another 40 here because
God damn it. Okay.
You see?
Absolutely.
Aviator with the 50.
Oh.
Shout out to you, Aviator. Absolute legend. Saying absolutely could about me. Be more proud of Hyde and Freddie tonight. Zach, love you, brother. The rants tonight are epic. Fire me up. You're a good kid too, Kevin. Aviator, you are a legend, man. I don't even know. Every time I don't even have my sunglasses here. I would have put them on. I
don't know what I can even do for Aviator. Jeez, I don't know.
I don't even know what I can do.
I can't do handstands like you did, Kevin. I mean, those were incredible. They were perfect.
You can do a handstand. You can do like
Kevin, not in the state of mind I am in. I will not make it back inside.
Joey's saying, Zach, do cartwheels to cancel out Kevin.
Dude, I really am considering it, but I'm telling you right now, one, I am on a lot harder surface of concrete right now than Kevin is. So I am, when I inevitably fall, you're going to see me.
Zach, you'll like look in the chat. You'll like this one. Can I get a loan from Aviator? Yeah. Oh my God! You know, here
I love weed. Wait. I love you.
I'll be right back. I'll get something for this. It's not going to be big, but I'll get something.
Yeah, I'm going to step through this post again. Oh shit. Okay. We made it through, people. We made it through. How's everyone's night going? Because I'm going to be honest with you, mine's not been great after this Oreo game. I'm not going to lie. I'm also sweating. It's no longer raining. I'm just sweating out here. It is gross. 1 through 10. Rate everyone's vibes for Friday night. Not including the Orioles. Mine's honestly like a 7. It's been decent. Went to a few bars. Just kind of leaning on this back porch right now. How's everyone doing? No one in the chat's going to tell me how they're doing. Oh, sucked but fired up. Okay. I'll take that. What did Will say? Everyone's agreeing with him. Okay, Kevin. Kevin, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on 1%. We got hurry.
What?
So I'm not gonna lie. I'm on like 1%. So we got hurry.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ready? I got the Sonic Banana Shake. The Orioles need to shake things up.
Oh, I
All
love
right.
it.
They need to shake things up in the banana, I guess. Like if you want to get like the banana is like a bat, I guess. So we're just gonna drink this banana milkshake. Zach, your phone might die before I'm finished doing this. So if not, I can.
Are you drinking the whole thing?
Yeah, I haven't had a sip of it yet. Well, I had like because the cherries it melted a little bit.
All right, start chugging. I'll be on for like 2 seconds.
All right. Here we go.
You're so gonna get brain freeze.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Absolutely. All right, Kevin, my phone's about to die.
All right.
Close it out when you can. Orioles win tomorrow. Just win tomorrow. That's all that matters. Kevin Chug, have a day, have a night. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace. All right, there he goes. I do not. Where's this bird lips accusation coming from here? I do not have bird lips. That is not a fair accusation. Yeah, but they do. The Orioles need to shake it up, man. This is it's getting ridiculous at this point. Where at the end of the day, like, what do you do? And I see Will talking about possible lineup changes here, saying if we didn't have Gunnar, I would have Westy hit second, but because we have Gunnar, Westy should be first, so we can hit in by Gunnar and Adley. So the thing with the leadoff spot, and we've talked about this, the thing with the leadoff spot is if your bottom of the lineup is hitting well, then your leadoff guy, if you're 7, 8, 9 are hitting, then your leadoff guy throughout the game will have more opportunities and he gets maybe that extra at bat. But if your bottom of the lineup isn't hitting well, then it doesn't matter because you're not getting guys on base. And I see Biohack saying that, I see Blue, you said need to shake up with the lineup. Yeah, I agree with that. And Biohack saying you need a guy with a high on base percentage and leadoff. But Tides makes a point here about a true leadoff hitter. I think everybody expected to be Jackson. I think everybody thought it was going to be Jackson when he came up, and they were going to put him in the leadoff spot. And then you can work in Gunnar and Adley, and it'd probably be something like Jackson, Adley, Mountie Gunnar, or Gunnar Mountie, Santander. You put Westy in there, something along those things. But yeah, Biohack exactly. They don't have a true leadoff guy until Jackson develops. It feels like Jackson is that guy, or they thought he would be up maybe by now, and he would be that guy, but they brought him up 2 weeks into the season. And you can say, like, they can put Gunnar there. They can put Westy there. You can try Mateo if you want to. I don't think that would be my choice, but I don't know what they do here. I mean, we can look at the lineup from tonight about having Gunnar, Adley, Tony, O'Hearn, Westberg, Heston, Mountie, Mullins, and Arias. I mean, I don't really know what you do. I mean, I think you have to start hitting Heston higher up in the lineup. I mean, I'd probably put Heston at least in the 5 spot right now, if not the 4, if we're being honest. Like, he's hitting that well. I do that pretty consistently. I think putting Mountie more so towards the bottom, I think kind of has to happen right now, just kind of getting back in a groove. Having Mountie as your 7 hitter, by the way, is a luxury. Like, every team would love to have Mountie as a 7 hitter. But at the end of the day, yeah, even I see Tide saying Cedric. Yeah. And Jessica makes a good point here about mindset thing. The Orioles have talent. We know they're a talented team. They're just in such a bad slump right now, and a lot of sports is mental. I'm not making excuses for them. They have to play better. But when you struggle this badly and you know your offense is this good, and you keep doing this consistently, it starts to get in your head, and then that rubs off on your teammates. So it's just, yeah, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what they should do here. I don't know if I have any videos to play while I drink this slushy. I have my entire Locked on Ravens episode, which I know no one is interested in. So we're not going to play that. But What videos do I have? I think I have a Yankees one. Something from the preview we did with Ryan Garcia that actually is relevant because it was the rivalry here. Let me see if actually I can pull that up quickly because that actually has relevance and I want to play that. So let me actually go back into our videos here to see if I have it. Man, I was not expecting 2 of these losing streaks in the span of like a month. This has been exhausting to watch this team do what they've done. We know they're good. We know they're talented. It just it feels not great. Where is this? Here, you know what? This is what we'll talk. I want to do this one. We'll talk about this one. This is trade deadline offensive trade deadline potential trades for this team about adding offensive help. We're gonna play this video because it has relevance. And again, by the way, we didn't mention this. This is Kevin and Zach Reacts. This is not the Ryan Ripken Show. This is a part of the Ryan Ripken Show empire, right? So the Ryan Ripken Show is live Mondays and Thursdays. Obviously, I am not Ryan Ripken. I am Kevin Ostreicher. And we do this after every single Orioles game here on Kevin and Zach Reacts, where we react to every single Orioles game. So if you are a Yankees fan and you want to tune in for more post-game reaction streams here on this show, we will have them for you. But the Ryan Ripken Show does go live Monday and Thursdays from studio. And here we go. Orioles offense. We talked about this yesterday. Should the Orioles trade for offensive help? Should they do it? I'll play the clip. We'll react on the other side.
Question I want you guys to answer, and I'll give my opinion. You guys can go around the room. Consider this a parting. Factor crap. We've talked a lot about pitchers for the Baltimore Orioles, but what's been talked about a lot recently is that fans, the perception that this team is home run or bust and doesn't do a good enough job in runners and scoring position situations. So it leads to the question, fellas, factor crap. The Orioles must acquire one more big-time bat if they're going to have a chance to go and contend for the World Series this year. My answer, I'm going to say personally, no. I think they have all the pieces in-house, whether that's in the organization in the minor leagues or guys that are in the big leagues. But there is something to be said that they need to be a little bit more efficient with getting guys in. It's not as bad as people think, but it could be better. But don't let that thought or feeling right now still deter people from how talented of a roster this is and how guys, like I believe, whether it's a Kobe Mayo, his time is coming, but the price to go get a bat might not be worth it, and where do you put it? And so for me, it's crap. I don't think they need to go get a bat. I think pitching, relieving, and starting are the priorities, no doubt about it. Fellas, what say you? And I tell you.
Awesome. Thanks, Rip. Have a good one.
Bye, buddy.
I'm going to agree with you, though. It's crap. The Orioles have everything in-house for offensively. Offensively, I think when you have guys like Heston Kjerstad, who's just been dominating every opportunity he's gotten, he needs to get more opportunities. Kobe Mayo, we talked about. Connor Norby. I mean, there's so much offense that can be brought up from the minor leagues. Obviously, it's the same situation, though. Young guys, let's see how they adjust once they get up there. We saw that with Jackson Holiday, who is another name. Maybe down the line we see better on-base percentage guy. So, Rocco, we'll start with you. Factor crap. The Orioles need to go get bats.
I said crap. We talked about like the trade deadline, potentially what we could see. And would it surprise me if they went out and added a bat in there? No, but I don't think they need one when they have guys at the AAA level that are more than capable of hitting a cover off a baseball, like Kobe Mayo, like a Connor Norby. I mean, guys are down there. So if you're not going to do it internally or at the AAA level, then when are these guys going to come up? When are you going to bring them up if you don't need them? So, but right now, what we're seeing with the Orioles, and Brandon Hyde alluded to it, and so did James McCann, if you watch the Masson postgame, they're trying to kill the ball right now. It's like a home run or bust mentality, or so it seems, for the O's through this like bump in the road stretch, whatever you want to call it. They need to get back to their ways where they're not trying to kill the ball. They have the bats, they have the talent, they have guys that can hit for base hits, for doubles, for triples. It doesn't always have to be, okay, we have guys on base, we need to drive them in via home run. Put the bat on the ball. Put the ball in play. Give your guys a chance to score. When you see guys at second and third, and what was it, no outs yesterday in the sixth, and you can't produce any runs, as a fan, it makes you want to throw up. It does. And then you get Austin Hayes and Jorge Mateo back-to-back striking out. It's like, stop overthinking. Get back to what you do best. You know you have the offense. You know you can put up runs. Now it's time to do it. Like I said before, I think the All-Star break is coming at a perfect time for this team. I think the month of June really gassed them out. And, not making excuses, but this All-Star break, I think it's going to help tremendously for them.
I do too. Kevin, back to crap.
Yeah, I say it's crap, but I do think they need to bring up some of their bets that are down in AAA. I mean, in terms of going and out and acquiring someone from outside the organization, I just don't know why they would spend their prospect power doing that when they have enough guys down. And when you spend your prospect power maybe trading for another bat, you're trading your bat prospects, and you're just like, okay, is that guy really the needle mover that they need? Yes, the offense needs to be better and more consistent with runners in scoring position. We've talked about it ad nauseum on Kevin and Zach Reacts every single night that it happens, which has been too many nights. But to me, you want to go out there and get pitching. You want to spend your prospect power on pitching. The offense, to me, long-term is not as big of a concern to me as the pitching staff is, because we know how talented the offense can be in their 1 through 9 when they are on. And again, it's the question of when they're on. They're really good. But the pitching staff, outside of Burns and Grayson, there are real question marks, especially when it comes to the playoffs. So to me, I don't see it. We're already having conversations about when Kobe Mayo comes up, there's only one guy that makes sense to move off of the roster, and that's Ramon Arias. And so if you go out there and acquire another bat, obviously before rosters expand, you only have limited roster spots to work with. So that means either Mayo doesn't come up until September, or you're getting rid of somebody that should be able to help you contribute this year. So I think it is crap. I don't think they're going to get another bat. I think this trade deadline, we're going to see pitching help, and the offense is just going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree. And it, like you said, it doesn't make sense. The whole philosophy of the Orioles has been grow the bats by the pitching. Use bat prospects, position players, to go out and acquire pitching. And it doesn't make much sense to grow the bats and then also buy the bats. It would be one thing if you felt like the Orioles had one glaring hole and nothing to fix it internally. I would understand that. But pitching is just such a bigger problem. It's way, I would say, way higher on the needs list right now than just acquiring a bat that you would platoon or throw in every few days. So I'm going to say pitching is still king at this deadline. And any final thoughts on that one?
No, you know what? I think what we need to see is the O's just to go out in this series finale and just lay it all out there. It's get back to your ways, and it can start. I know the All-Star break's coming up, but it can start today. You avoid the sweep against the Cubs. You go into the series with the Yankees on a high note, maybe not the highest note that you would have hoped, because you already dropped 2 of 3 and lost the series to the Cubs. But get at least a win, salvage the series a bit, and prove to yourselves that you're a team that is capable of driving in runners when they get on base, on second, on third, when they get in scoring position, because that's what this club needs. I think they need a bit of a confidence boost. I think they just need to get back to their ways, and they'll be fine from here on out. But right now, it's just like this series has been a wash so far. So salvage it, go out, get to work today, and let your bats go to work. Let your bats do the talking, honestly, because they hear the noise. They do. It's not like these guys don't hear the noise right now and that they're not producing with runners in scoring position. So, okay, go out, prove it, take care of business, and get a win.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Rip wanted us to real quick tease that he has a Jack Flaherty breakdown coming soon. All reliable Jack Flaherty. The Orioles reacquiring Jack Flaherty, said this before, will be an absolute movie. The deadline move, the back-to-back years acquiring Jack Flaherty at the deadline, absolute cinema. Rocco gets it.
It would be basically like the grandpa from The Simpsons walking in the building.
It's exactly what I want.
Walking his, circle and then walking
Hat
back
on the
out.
rack.
That would be Jack Flaherty coming back to Baltimore. It would be like his time in Baltimore was that, and then he comes back through the door again. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be
Would be
crazy.
absolutely
Speaking of
electric.
bets,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's just call it a day. The Orioles go get Ryan McKenna back, and that'll be that.
Bring me Ryan McKenna.
What's
Fix all the issues.
What is
Let me get myself on the screen. There it is. The Orioles need Ryan McKenna. That's the takeaway here. Ryan McKenna fixes the Orioles' issues. So I guess hop on the Ryan McKenna. I almost said Ryan Mountcastle trade. I was able to finish. Well, hold on. The whipped cream is still in there, but I would have to. That's hard to get out of there. So I technically did it. The cherry's still in there. I'll figure it. I don't have a spoon with me, but I did finish the entire shake. So I shook things up here. I shook things up for the Orioles. Now hopefully they can go out there and get a win because one, they need it so badly. They need to play better than they've been playing. But two, the get back for Heston is winning. Win the series. Go up 3 games in the East at the All-Star break and just get some level of momentum back. I'm telling you. And yeah, Kieran, exactly. McKenna, Jack, Bauman, get everybody, bring everybody back. Zach loves to bring up the old Orioles questions. Just bring the whole gang back, We'll get everybody back in the building. So Aviator, hey man, 50 is a big deal. Appreciate you as always, and appreciate everybody who's donated, who's checked in, who was tuned in here. Again, it sucks when your team loses, and I experienced this on Locked On Ravens as well. After Ravens losses, here for Orioles losses, it's no fun, right? For some people, you don't want to, tune into sports content about your team after a loss. So appreciate everybody for being here with us. Kevin and Zach Reacts. We go live after every Orioles game. We'll go live after every Ravens game as well. It's in some capacity. And eventually, Zach teased it last night, but call-ins are going to come in. I don't know when they're going to come, but we do plan to at least try that out over the course of maybe the next couple weeks or month and a half. We'll figure out the timeline. But at the end of the day, the Orioles lost 4-1, but hopefully they gain some level of spark. Brandon Hyde defends his guy. Heston gets hit in the head. Just an awful situation, Lauren. Something I'm still fired up about here. Just even thinking and going back to it. Just unbelievable. Now we have people, for those who didn't see it, now we have people talking about like Baltimore's a terrible like city and stuff, like Yankees fans and multiple like Yankees personalities talking about how awful Baltimore is a city. And I'm just like, where does the Yankees hitting an Orioles player in the head all of a sudden equate to now Yankees fans are calling the city trash? Like, where is the correlation? Give me the correlation of where that makes sense. It does not make sense. The Yankees cried when their star got hit in the hand and they were throwing up and in, and we had those reports of, oh, well, some people in the Yankees organization don't like how the Orioles are throwing up and into all these guys. But then Heston gets hit in the head. He gets hit in the literal head. That can cause serious issues. It can mess a guy up. It's very dangerous. And Yankees fans like, oh, well, okay, it was unintentional. It's not a big deal. Who cares? Move on. But we had to sit here and talk about Aaron Judge getting hit in the hand for like a week on this show, and everybody talked about it. But when a guy gets beamed in the head, unintentional or intentional, we just got to move on. And all of a sudden, Baltimore takes shots. Just unreal. I saw it over on Twitter and didn't even realize it was going on. I just caught it now as I was about to sign off, which is just a whole nother reason. So you know what? Go get the job done tomorrow. Go win the game. And that will be the get back for Heston and for this team. Plus, it helps you out if the Orioles are able to get something going here. So on the way out, Will, shout out to you for the 5. Appreciate you. Kevin, Zach, good show tonight. He gives the lineup here. Westy 1, Gunner 2, Adley 3, mix and match after that, but that's when it gets us into a balance. Yeah, I think something does have to change lineup-wise. I don't know how drastic those changes will be. And obviously Heston's availability will factor into that. But appreciate you, Will. Appreciate the support as always. And then Raven, shout out to you. Member for 3 months. Yankees hit by pitch 10-3-0s and 63-30 across the MLB. Would I be shocked if there was, maybe some guy gets like drilled in the, I don't know, stomach or something, side, turn the back, it's drilled in the lower back? Wouldn't be shocked. Again, I'm not saying do that, but if that's what they decide to do, that's what they decide to do. I'm sure warnings will probably be issued, whether it's at the beginning of the game or after, the first incident happens. Would I be shocked if the Orioles threw at the Yankees? No, but in my opinion, you don't have to do all that. Just go win the game. Just go win the game. That's your get back for me personally. So appreciate everybody for tuning in to Kevin and Zach Reacts. We'll be back here tomorrow after the Yankees game, hopefully after an Orioles win, and talking about whatever happens. And again, we'll be fired up whether they win or lose. These next 2 games are the most important games of the Orioles season. No question. This can either get you some momentum back, or you can be in a quite literal downward spiral heading into the break. So get the job done, get the win. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to the Ryan Ritkin Show. Eventually, Kevin and Zach Reacts will break off into its own channel, still under the Ryan Ritkin Media Empire, so that's not going anywhere, but we will have a new channel with a new logo, new everything, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But we'll see you right back here tomorrow on Kevin and Zach Reacts. Peace out, everybody.